I've been seeing things. Hallucinations about Mary Lou Maloney. That girl who died at our school.
Mary Lou Maloney is back for the prom, and she's going to make sure it's a night you'll never want to remember. Hello, Mary Lou. Prom night 2. Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. Check newspapers for showtimes.
Welcome back to the Drive-In Asylum double feature, and we just finished watching The Blob with our special guest, Neon Brainacs. I know we're going to have a lot to say about it. I'm just oozing with comments.
Oh, yes. Yeah, even better than I remember. I don't know. Every time I watch this movie, I feel like it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it.
We were talking during the movie about the art direction of the trunk of the date rapist kid. Like, they went all out on the art. He's got like a basketball hoop in there.
Yeah.
He's got a hand blender.
He just needs to use it for good instead of evil.
If only he learned how to make snow cones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that for. Why doesn't my car have that for the drive-in open up? It's got a basketball hoop.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
I got a basketball in my car. Greg saw it the other day.
That's true. Yeah.
He could have tried actually being nice to a girl for a change, and maybe she would have liked that whole setup he had back in the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a lesson that he had to learn the hard way.
How about that kill with Donovan Leitch? Like, it's brutal every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's actually him underneath it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It looks like it. I love the practical element of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I love. That they really set you up that he's going to be in a lot more than he does, and then nope, he doesn't. You know, I think the person that had it the worst in this movie is Mr. Penny, the pharmacist, because like he really went through a whole journey. Like first, he thinks that the football player with a concussion, Donovan Leitch, is going to buy rib condoms to have sex with his girlfriend, not just condoms. Like so we talked about during things like at least he cares about her pleasure, so good for him. But so he's got his mind around that. He's freaking out the whole time. He's sitting in the kitchen drinking beer. Then he gets a phone call that guy died in the police station and may have been killed with acid by a biker who is now with his daughter. And then later, that biker saves his daughter from a gelatinous blob created by the U.S. government. It's a lot. He went through a journey, a big journey. And I think the second boyfriend, I think Kevin Dillon's going to have a lot easier time being the boyfriend than Donovan Leitch was.
Yeah. It's crazy they got Jack Nance from Meatballs 4 in this, too. Like,
yeah. Oh, is that the movie he's best known for?
Yeah, where he's got the tall hair.
Sorry, I have. If there's a Meatballs joke just hanging, I gotta.
I was just gonna say Art LaFleur, who played the pharmacist, is the police captain from Cobra. That's what I know him from.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
he's in fucking everything. He's in like Trancers and shit.
Yeah, that dude's he's in the army now with Pauly Shore for some reason. Yeah.
Who do you think was my favorite character in the film, Sam? Since we're already we just mentioned him.
Oh, the pharmacist.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always ask Sam, who in the movie am I most likely to want to fuck? And in this movie, it was the pharmacist. Her dad.
Yeah, her dad was like.
Her dad.
Yeah, keep your dads away from Bill. That's what Becca just told us.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah. He was in the Santa Claus 2. He played the Tooth Fairy. And
wow.
Some other ones. He's in speaking of TNT movies that Ben may have watched on a Sunday afternoon, he's in The Replacements, which was on every Sunday afternoon on TNT. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, which is like, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad like Sunday afternoon, kind of movie.
Let's see, he's in First Kid, another.
Oh, Sinbad, yeah.
Man of the House, Man of the House as well.
Wait, which one? The one with Chevy Chase and JTT, or
JTT,
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, the JTT one.
Okay.
Becca made me watch that once. He's one of the dads in it. She's like, this was one of my favorite movies growing up. And I was like, oh, the cultural divide, the generation gap between us has never been stronger.
I mean, I feel like from that era, it was one of the better, like there was like Getting Even with Dad and a couple other ones of that ilk, and that one was like, it was okay. I mean, like Chevy was at least trying.
I like Greg took his headphones off and he's like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about Chevy Chase movies. After Funny Farm, he was fucking done. That was it. Funny Farm and out.
What is this, Neon Brainiacs? What the hell?
He's also in The Sandlot too. He plays Babe Ruth in The Sandlot.
He does, yeah. He is.
And oh man, he was in a Tales from the Crypt episode, but that's what any actor in the 80s.
Everybody was.
Yeah. Like, oh, he was on Murder.
That was the work they gave you in that time period. You went on Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. Oh, and he's in Van Damme's Death Warrant. I forgot that too. Yeah. Man, he really.
Is that the one where he goes to jail?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's not as good as when Ernest went to jail. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's unwritten.
Bill, he was also on Give Me a Break. So just imagine him being on Give Me a Break with another of your favorites. What's his name? The dad on Give Me a Break.
Who was the dad on Give Me a Break?
Was,
Alex Karras?
No. Oh wait. He was in another movie that you loved him in.
Well, now you got me thinking about Alex Karras. You shouldn't have done that.
No. Wait, because he had died. Dolph Sweeney.
Dolph Sweet.
Dolph Sweet.
You're right. Yeah, he's a little bit Charles Durning. Am I thinking of the right guy?
Yeah. He was in something we watched. Like he was Dolph Sweet was my favorite. He was in Sisters. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, and it's all coming back to you now.
Just like Meatloaf.
Yeah. The other thing I was really excited when we were watching it and realizing that Noble what's his name's in this?
Craig.
Noble Craig, yeah. And he's in so much stuff. In the days before CGI, when they were like, let's just get a guy that doesn't have any arms or legs and have him be in the movie. But he's in so much stuff.
And he was in Poltergeist too. We were just talking about that. He's like the tequila monster. Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China, a couple other things where they were just like, we just need like a monster with no appendages.
He's the merging Freddy in the Dream Child. He's in Bride of the Reanimator. He's one of the creatures that gets torn apart, and he's the Snake Man. And it is very.
Oh my god, that is the scariest part of the whole movie, because that's when Heather Menzies goes into the circus freak tent and she sees this guy and they recognize each other.
Yeah.
The snake guy knows who she is and she knows who he is, and there's this moment that's really horrifying.
It's one of the scariest moments I've ever seen in a movie. Also, speaking of I guess more 90s, Erica Eleniak is in this for a couple seconds.
And from Under Siege.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, the kid in this movie, I always forget he's in this because I'm actually like, and I don't want your fans to like, roast me, but I'm a huge Return of the Living Dead Part 2 fan. I love Return of the Living Dead, but I also love Part 2 like a lot. And he's the main kid in that. And I love Return of the Living Dead 2 because it's the first zombie movie I ever saw when I was a kid. So, and it was also on TNT because we keep talking about TNT. So someone just said David. Yeah, he just said, yeah. So like I was the same age as that kid when I saw Return of the Living Dead 2. So I related to him so much. Every time I see the blob, I'm like, oh yeah, he's in this too. I was like, oh yeah.
But you know what? I wouldn't make fun of you for that because it's like where you find a movie. Like I always tell people that like some people might find a movie and that was their movie. Like I saw Phantasm 2 way before Phantasm. My video didn't have Phantasm. So like I was like, so when I saw Phantasm, I'm like, this movie's really slow. It doesn't make sense. Where's the fucking shotguns? Like, why aren't they kicking ass?
Yeah.
And then later I was like, oh, this is what it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was Return of the Living Dead too. Like the concept of zombies, all that is like where I saw that,
Yeah.
I was at my grandma's and like they were drinking in the other room. It was like a bunch of family members, and like they left me and my brother in another room where Return of the Living Dead 2 happened to be on TV, and it not only scared me, which is like funny to think about now, but it was my first exposure to zombies, and
Oh
it
man,
freaked me out. Yeah.
I think my first was 22 showed Night of the Living Dead, and just the commercial for it scared me so bad. It was just like you saw them like coming through the, coming into the farmhouse, and that's all they showed. And I was like, "Oh, that movie was really scary." I said to my dad, he goes, "Oh, it is. It's the scariest movie ever." It was like, "No help, thanks, Dad." So every time I was at my grandparents', they had like a window that looked kind of like one of the windows from it.
Yeah.
I would just be like, "I don't want to be in front of this window. Like they could be out there." Too much of an imagination.
The first
Yeah.
time I saw zombies was in Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I think
Wow.
that might have been the first zombie, or it was Night, because the first time I saw Night was in a park near where I grew up, and they had movies in the summertime on certain nights of the week, and my mom saw it in the paper. They're like, "Oh, they're showing a movie in the park tonight." We went. It was Night of the Living Dead. Of all things,
that's
there were
awesome.
like little kids there. I mean, I think I was 8 years old.
You were like that Roger Ebert screening where they'd accidentally play the one he talks about in his review. That really upset
I was
him.
a seasoned pro already.
Yeah,
I was not upset by the gore at all.
yeah. You're like, this is. I'm trying to think. This is almost as good as Lisa and the Devil. That's what 8-year-old Bill said.
I think I had seen Lisa and the Devil by that time.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think we were talking too. It's like it's funny that in the first half of this movie, the Blob is very stealthy, and it's just sneaks around. It waits for people, especially in the sink. And then once it gets going, it's like fuck everybody in this town. Like you want to call your boyfriend? I got him inside me. It's like
Yeah.
it slams it into the payphone. And they're even the best people in this town, the nicest people get destroyed, and the worst people.
It's vindictive. Like I had pointed out, like when it sucks in like fake Morgan Freeman into the thing, and it like jostles him around, and then just like whoop, like it's fucking like it did that with some gusto.
It's almost like it knew.
Yeah,
The soldiers, why would the soldiers that know about it and are there to contain it, like, let's shoot it? Like, and they just start firing M16s into it? Like, what?
Yeah.
I guess
Chop
they really.
Top shows up for a minute.
The
Right.
space.
That's
Force-
right.
Who was that?
What Bill
Bill Mosley.
Bill Mosley. Yeah,
Yeah.
he shows up for a minute. Yeah.
He just shows up and gives a little speech, and then he's out.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's great though. He's always like good for that kind of thing. I think the other thing that's amazing is at the end, like we talked about, is like the priest didn't have that much time to start a whole congregation based around a blob and gospel music, but he's done it. Like the blob has given him purpose that otherwise he never had. Like he had a gun and he was stealing money from the church earlier, it looked like, and he also had a bottle of booze when the attack first happened. There was something shady going on. They never elaborate on it. And by the end, he's just like, yeah, I got a whole thing going on out here in the middle of the cornfield.
The ginger.
So what are some of your other favorite Blob movies? I wondered if you guys had any other favorite Blobs.
I gotta be honest, I've never seen any other ones. I mean, I've seen bits of the original.
I mean, any movie
Even
that has a
Queen,
killer
but-
blob in it.
Anything that has a killer blob.
I mean, if the raft segment of Creepshow 2 counts,
That's
Okay,
the other one I was
yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah.
That's also another one that like I saw early on TV and scared the shit out of me. That raft
Yeah.
segment. Yeah.
Oh my God. I saw that theatrically too when it was brand new.
Oh,
That scene really freaked me out when it pulls her in and she comes back out. She's like, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really weird.
like,
It-
ugh.
I saw that on TV. Again, another one where like I saw Creepshow 2 before I saw Creepshow. Yeah. So like because it was on TV a lot. And yeah, even the Thanks for the Ride lady like
Oh.
used to get me as a kid. Like that freaked me out big time.
like I said, Ghostbuster 2 is her blob movie.
Oh
The
yeah.
little blob in the sewer and all that. Yeah.
That's a legit Blob movie.
Yeah.
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 Didn't think about it, but it is. Yeah.
So would you count Dark Star as a blob movie?
Kind of.
Yeah, that thing. Whatever
It's
that
not
thing is.
really.
Yeah. Trying to think.
More of
what
a beach ball movie.
Yeah, beach ball. Beach ball with flip-flops.
TerraVision.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of a blob movie, sort of.
Yes.
Deep Rising.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not a blob movie really, but there's dissolving people in it, just like in the blob, which is the horror of being consumed by the blob is that you're dissolving. Oh my god. I read this book called The Clone. And it's a science fiction, like one of those really thin sci-fi books. But I read about it because I read it because Stephen King mentioned it somewhere as being like a book that freaked him out. And it was about this like accidental blob that starts growing in a sewer when all these people dump the right ingredients down the drain. And it's this white shit, and it starts growing, and like it consumes you, and it consumes all of your organic material, including your clothes, except for like metal and stuff, and like it just turns you into water. The only byproduct is water. You just see a puddle where a person used to be, and it gets so big it starts coming out of the drain, just like in the blob. And there's like tendrils that shoot out of the drain, and if it touches you, that's it. Like it has you. There's no getting away from it. One guy cuts off his hand because it has his hand, and he cuts it off, and then a minute later he just like sort of like dies, and it comes out of him because like it got into his blood and went all through his body and consumed him from
That
the
scene where
inside
they
out.
pull the blanket back on the old man in the
Ugh.
hospital is really gross too.
Yep.
It's awesome. Because I think the guy checks his pulse and he's like, he doesn't have a pulse. Whip the sheet off. He doesn't have a body anymore. He's just a head now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of more Blob movies. No, I can't.
If only I had
We're
a-
running out. There's the green slime, which is kind of a blob movie until they turn into those little tentacle monsters.
Yeah. It's got does Green Slime or the original Blob have the better song? That's a tough one, I think.
Is Society a Blob movie?
Ooh.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of this weird
Human blob.
sex blob thing where some guy's face is a butt.
Oh, The Stuff. That's a good one.
The stuff.
Yeah, stuff. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm looking up a couple other ones. X the Unknown is
Yeah,
kind of-
Sean mentioned that. Sean might
Oh,
have.
did he? Okay, Quartermass 2. I saw people brought up Kaltiki. Yeah, the stuff is the one I was thinking because it has that scene where Garrett Morris, his head goes the whole way back.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Garrett.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, I spotted Laura in the chat. You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
This is where she went. And tell me if you guys know what house this is.
Ooh.
that looks familiar.
It's the Home Alone house.
It's not.
It's
Sam?
blocking the jockey statue in the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that house? Oh man. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. There's a cemetery next to
Oh,
it.
the house by the cemetery.
No.
And
way.
Ghost House, the same house.
Holy shit.
Is that the ghost house? Is that
Yeah.
it?
The ghost house.
Yeah.
The ghost house from Ghost House 4 or 5 or
Yeah.
however many there are.
That's an Evil Dead movie, technically, in Italy.
It is
Yeah.
La Casa 4, yeah.
Yep.
Thanks to Laura for sending
Wow,
this.
that's
pic
awesome.
in.
That's
It was
really
just
cool.
there. And there's a
we
Drive-In
just do that on the
Asylum
show?
coaster she held up underneath of
Oh.
it.
What's the name of the haunted house by us? The haunted house up by the street from us.
Didn't we just do House by the Cemetery?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. I was just about to I was like, I feel like we just watched that movie.
Yeah.
How do you feel about House by the Cemetery? You can't mention that and not say anything.
I think it's fun.
good.
I like that whole trilogy, whatever, like what's it, the Beyond, House by the Cemetery, and
City of the Living Dead.
City of Living Dead. Yeah, like they're all fun. Fulci. He's cool. I love. So we call it on the show. I love some Italian bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
You
just I
came to
love,
the right place.
yeah, love some Italian bullshit. So I'm always game for any of those type of movies. So yeah, House by Cemetery was fun. I think The Beyond is probably like the best one of that crop.
Yeah.
But,
That's like one of my favorite movies of all time, just period.
yeah. But you know, like they're all fun. So
We don't have a house by the cemetery here, but we have a scare house that's open year round by us in Monongahela. And the surgical center that I went to get my colonoscopy is right next to it. And they're like, hey, when you see the scare house, turn left. And I'm like, I'm already freaked out about this. Am I going to go past the house to get to my colonoscopy? It has like literally a picture of Reagan's face from The Exorcist, like burned into the house. Let's chill out.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but I love that that's how they gave directions. Not like take a left at Giant Eagle.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's also there. But this, I guess, when you see the scare house, I think that's the place to turn. I appreciated it. Maybe they,
Yeah.
they could tell.
See, if you sign the waiver,
Yeah.
you can go into the haunted house and they'll,
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the
Yeah.
last room. Like that's where the stuff takes you out. That's like what they give you a little bit of the gas before you go in, and you go through all the rooms in the last room. They're like, turn to your side and put this pillow between your legs. And like,
Yeah.
what?
Like, what the hell?
You wake up in the next room. I woke up literally in the next room giggling like a maniac because I thought it was hilarious that like I fell asleep like this, and I woke up like this, totally like normal. In the next room, like an hour had passed. Who knew what happened? Oh
Yeah.
Good thing that you signed that waiver.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. You might. What's the house by the cemetery line? You sign for your life.
Yeah, they tricked you. I mean, that was the scare house.
It
Like,
was
that's-
like,
yeah.
Now you own the scare house, and
Yeah.
you don't have polyops. You're okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You've been the caretaker the whole time.
Yeah, I've always been in the scare house.
What the hell?
There's a picture of you from 1924 hanging in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Just bent over.
Bent over, me in that position with that pillow. It's like, oh, you've always been in this room. That's a really scary movie. Let's make that one. Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scare house is like it's open all the time. I watched. There's a Tubi movie of the third. There's a million Tubi movies, but the 13 scariest places in America, and West Virginia got on the list for the.
Oh, wow.
The insane asylum, that transatlantic asylum. It's right across the border. I was like, cool. Never going. I'm never going to a single place on this list. They're like all these people are like ghost chasers. They're like, oh, I've been on the Queen Mary 2 a million times. Nothing bad ever happens. Well, one time a ghost did touch me around the throat, and I felt like it was choking me. Nope. Not interested.
No big deal.
No big deal. Yeah, like I don't. They started off really lame, like the Lizzie Borden house. Not that exciting. But by the end, they're like clown motels. Yeah, we'll stay away from those too.
Clown motels.
There's
Oh,
one in
Lord.
Vegas. Yeah, it has over 200 clowns in it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No. Right.
Nope.
No.
Dave
want
from
to
the
scare
Stolen
the
Stitches.
shit out of you. That's a
Number
great
one was just
line.
the whole state of Florida. That was the answer.
Danger Dave from the Stolen Stitches performed at the Clown Motel.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's done a couple of intros for us where he like hangs shit from his eyelids.
Oh, yeah.
He has a great sideshow called the Stolen Stitches, and they do that like all over the country, and they performed at the Clown Motel, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It
if you're
looks-
hanging stuff from your eyelids, then yeah, like the
That's
Clown
the place to
Motel
be.
is like, that's like a Holiday Inn Express,
All right. So, anything else to say about the Blob? And before we go to our second movie of the night,
I mean, it's just a good time. It's just one of those movies. Like again, I hate to sound cliche. It's just like one of those movies they just don't make anymore, and like it's so fun. Like the whole thing's fun, and I love it.
We were talking during the movie, too. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
It
Yeah.
looks like the lighting's great. Like everything's like shot so well in it.
The effects are so fun. Like
Yeah.
that's for me. It's just like that's worth the price of admission. And
Yeah.
yeah,
The worst part of the Donovan Leitch one is when he reaches out for her and she grabs his arm and the arm just falls off.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
that
That's
whole
like
kill.
That happens to her twice later when she's trying to grab the gun from the guy who's just in pieces too. He just kind of falls apart. She grabs his backpack off him as his body disintegrates, and she's like, "At this point, I've already dealt with this. Nothing's going to upset me."
She's not even moved.
No. Good thing it was a ski town that they had the snow machine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a ski town. Yeah.
It was the same town as Ski School 1 and 2.
I was about to make a Dean Cameron joke. Yeah, I was like, yeah, too bad Dean wasn't there. You know, Dave
What about-
Marshak.
Hot Dog the movie.
Hot dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Hot Dog. I love
Yes.
that movie. Yeah,
Do you prefer Hamburger the movie or Hot Dog the movie?
I'm a hot dog guy.
Yeah.
I love a good ski boner comedy.
Yeah.
Hamburger the motion picture, I believe. is
sorry,
what
yes.
actually
Yes.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also
Thank
has
you, Greg
Ernest in it,
Johnson.
so there's that. So
I thought he was in fast food.
oh, fast food. You're right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I about it. Yes, he is in fast food.
Yeah,
The Jim Varney, Linnea Quigley movie we so desperately needed.
of course. Jim Varney's in a ski movie too. He's in Snowboard Academy. So
Oh, is he? Wow.
Yeah. Again, I'm big on ski boner comedies. So yeah.
There aren't enough. There really aren't enough.
I mean, there's some choice cuts. Ski School is probably
Yeah.
Hot Dog also. Like those two are probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ski
What about
School's
ski
fine.
horror movies?
Iced.
Ice. Oof.
There's not
Snow
enough
Beast.
ski horror movies. You know,
Snow Beast.
I actually wanted to do a Slaughter Drive sequel that took place at a ski slope.
You totally need to do that now.
I mean, I if the movie was successful, I would have done it. But
Yeah.
I wanted to do a sequel and where the guys all went to like on a ski trip and the killer showed up again. But
I had a title for it, but it would only make sense in Pittsburgh. If you
What
took
is it?
Fulci's 7 Doors of Death and called it 7 Springs of Death.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, you could call it Slaughter Drive too. 7 Springs of Death. Like,
Oh my God. Now you got to make it.
yeah.
I'm sure 7 Springs would be like, yeah, sure, do it. That's great.
We
You
don't
know
give a
what?
shit.
If I start Indiegogo or a Kickstarter, hopefully all the people in the chat donate $10. I don't know how much it would cost to make. I could probably make it for like $3,000.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's not unattainable.
No, it's not.
You
too
could
bad.
raise $3,000 for that
I
movie.
probably could.
I think that there should be more. Now I'm thinking about it, there should be more ski movies. There's another snowmobile.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it.
Shredder?
No, which
Shredder.
one? There's the Shredder. Bill, what's the one
Yeah.
you're thinking of?
Ghost House.
Ghost House. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Love Ghost House. I
And
know
there's
that
the
wasn't
le-
one of the
isn't
more
the-
popular movies that we did on the program, but I happen to love it.
And
Oh,
Steve-
Steve Wilson, the one people trapped on the ski lift. That's actually a legit good movie.
Oh,
It's
Frozen.
called-
Fuck.
It's called Frozen. Although, like, it's been overshadowed by the Disney movie, but
yeah.
that's actually a legit terrifying movie. Like,
That's Adam Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, and I think I like that movie better than the Hatchet ones.
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a great poster too of them just like where it's all desolate and just
Damn.
the lift hanging. Yeah. it's
Yeah.
really good.
Like I remember going into that thinking like this isn't going to be any good, and then
Yeah.
it was good. So,
Yeah.
yeah. David Naughton is in Hot Dog. Yeah, yeah. big
Oh, the
time.
pepper guy.
He had Blu-rays of it for sale when he was